Welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Coach Andres with coachingwithandres.com, and thank you, ladies, for tuning in. Let's go. We're going to get right into it today because I'm so excited about this specific topic. It really hit a nerve in a good way, of course, because I had a few people comment on this on not only my YouTube channel, but my TikTok page as well, which is Coach_Andres. And I've had recently a few of my clients, 2 women, and 1 man. I do coach men as well, about the situation. And it was brought up around the same time, these comments from different people on my YouTube videos and my TikTok videos about dating with anxiety. Dating if you feel like you're antisocial. And why it hit a nerve with me, because, I've always been a social person. I'm not going to lie. I've always been outgoing. I have anxiety in other things. I can be antisocial on certain things if I'm uncomfortable, but naturally I'm kind of social, as you could see. But I wanted to learn, and I wanted to basically research and educate myself on that to help give some guidance, some tips, something realistic that you can benefit and learn from, and how to break out of that comfort zone. And that's what I noticed, is that we like to stay in our comfort zones in whatever way it is, if it's being social or if it's being antisocial, if it's being outgoing or being more reserved. We want to stay in our comfort zone. And there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that. But I look at it like this, and what I was looking through the research and what I've talked to my clients about is that let's not limit how big that zone of comfort can be. Let's expand your zone. Right? Doesn't mean we have to get out of the comfort zone to be uncomfortable all the time, or just put yourself on this island of uncomfortableness and figure, I am never going to be happy here. No. That's the wrong interpretation on that. Break out of your comfort zone, as in let's expand that zone. Let's begin. Before we get started, as I always ask for, just a subscription, because I really appreciate your subscription. I want to help bring more insight and guidance and tips and coaching to anyone and everyone about all forms and topics. So this topic came to me at a great time that I just want to share about. So, again, I really appreciate all your support, all your viewership, comments, feedback, criticism. I love it. Leave it there. I respond myself. No one else. I do, because I look forward to hearing about these topics. I look forward to hearing about the comments. So I'm going to use some sports metaphors, if you don't mind, ladies, about the specific topic. Comfort zone, anxiety, antisocial. And it's something I've talked to the female clients of mine, the 1 male client I've talked to about this, and the comments I gave back, or the replies I gave back to those comments on my social media pages about the anxiety, antisocial. Everything in life, when it comes to strength or confidence, we'll call it, is repetition. Repetition. You want to get stronger? Do your reps, commit to your sets, and you see the results. You want to earn a nice paycheck or get that bonus or promotion? Put in the hours, show up early, work late, get the check, get the promotion. You want to pass that test? Go to the library, get a tutor, ask a professor, extra credit, pass the test. Everything is repetition, repetition, repetition. So when you have anxiety or you feel antisocial, it's okay. I respect it. I understand more about it now. But what I have noticed, the pattern in what they do if they're feeling like that, is they're not necessarily committing to the repetition, and they're putting themselves in the championship game. Here comes the sports metaphor. They put themselves in the championship game, looking for love. Ladies, looking for that man at that championship level with that high pressure, high stakes. We need to build more repetition. We're not ready yet to get there or play in that game. So why put yourself there? It's like taking a test of not being prepared. It's like showing up to work unqualified. It's like going to the gym, but you're not really ever lifting or exercising. You're on your phone all day, lying to your personal trainer, and then wondering why you're not getting the results. Repetition. So I have actually two and a half tips, why I'll tell you why half in a minute, to help you get repetition, everyday repetition in things that you will be comfortable in, but might challenge you to expand that zone. It's interesting. I told this to my clients, and I commented it back with the people who made the comments about it, and they're applying it, and they reach back and they say it's working. Just because you're not ready for the championship game doesn't mean you're not ready yet. You're not going to do the work to get there yet. Because that's a very intimidating thing. Ladies, if you're approaching the man you like at the office or at work or at the same apartment complex or at the gym, and vice versa. Gentlemen, if you see that woman across the bar or across the, ballroom or wherever you are, and you're like, man, I don't know if I can approach her. I don't know if I can approach him because my anxiety is kicking in, my antisocialness is kicking in, but I know I want to offer something. I know I could be something. I know I have something special. I know I got personality. I know when I'm in my comfort zone, I shine. But when it comes to those social environments, high pressured stakes of the championship environment, like the bar, the nightclub, the restaurant, dating apps, on the first date, oh my goodness, coach, I don't even know what I'm doing or saying. I've heard it all. Let's not put you there yet. We need to have repetitions, sets, hours in the library, hours at work, and then the result will come. So the first step I would say is, which I told my clients and I told the people who made those comments about, breaking out of your comfort zone with everyday people. It's comfortable to be in line or on the bus or in the train or on the plane or at the work when you're basically waiting around and grab your phone and stay in your comfort zone. Guilty. I've done it. I do it. But sometimes if you want to break out of the anxiety that you feel or the antisocial level of limitation that who you think you are, not who you are, who you think you are, we glue ourselves to that little thing and we find comfort and we never practice. We never do our repetitions. We never take the shot. We never swing the bat. We never kick the ball. We just basically stay on the bench because it's comfortable. It's time to get in the game, ladies. It's time to get in the game. So talk to everyone and anyone. The person who's in line with you at the barista at Starbucks. The person who is basically at your cubicle across the corner that you never talk to, but you have no interest in. This is the key part. I want you to talk to people who you have no sexual interest, no romantic desire to get to know in that way, because that's championship level yet. That we're not there yet. We will, but not yet. But talk to anyone and everyone. Literally, from a kid to an elderly veteran to a middle-aged wife, husband, whoever, the barista, anyone, customer service, the people, the employees that you see around. Start to practice with that because you're not putting the pressure of getting their number. You're not putting yourself out there to get rejected. You're not waiting to see this level of acceptance or validation for love. You're just practicing being who you are with everyday people. In practice with the same sex, the opposite sex, all sexes. Practice with everyone, all ages, all shapes, all forms, all colors, everything. Practice, 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 practice. And you're going to realize, wow, all this pressure I was putting on myself because I was trying to play the championship game, I haven't put in the time to play the season yet, which there's a season. And then with the season, you elevate to the playoffs, which you get qualified for. And then with the playoffs, it's, win or go home, elimination round. And then you eventually build the momentum, the confidence, the thick skin to know, man, I know I really want this. I want the championship. I want love. I want commitment. I want marriage. It's a formula. It's no magic pill. It's not brain science. It's a formula. It's momentum. It's just momentum, repetition. Not worrying about wins or losses. Who cares if you fail? It's your life. If you don't do it, nobody's going to do it for you. If you don't do it, nobody wants to do it for you. So let's do it. And play the game. Who cares if you win or lose? Talk to everyone and anyone. That's the first step. The half that I was mentioning, about 2.5 tips, is this one. Now that you've basically talked to anyone, ladies, you're talking to other women, you're talking to other men, you're talking to old people, you're talking to young people, you're talking to employees, you're talking to servers, you're talking to people on the bus, you're talking to everyone and anyone. And you're realizing, wow, maybe I'm not as antisocial as I was or I thought I was. I'm just maybe a little selective with that. But now I'm kind of feeling the groove. Got a little more pep in my step, right? Because I know you believe in something because you're watching this video. And I know you believe in this because I've seen so many comments and people who I've talked to and coached feeling this way or suffering from this. And again, not to be insensitive, let's stop playing the victim. I understand why you're antisocial or feel anxiety, and I respect it, but I don't want to enable it, and I don't want to baby it. It's time to expand your comfort zone. I don't want to make you uncomfortable. I want to make you realize you can be more comfortable in a lot of other things than you think you can. So the half step is, okay, coach, I talk to everyone, all kinds of people everywhere I go. I'm kind of liking it. What's next? Next is to isolate to the opposite sex or the sex of your interest. And talk to men in all ages, shapes, and forms. And realize, wow, it's actually, you know what? If I'm not attracted to him, I don't really feel that nervous. Wow, if I don't have sexual desires for him, I don't really feel that antisocial. Actually, I thrive. I have a lot to say. I'm quite witty, quite charming. Who knows? You're probably funnier than you think you are. Then what you do is you kind of sharpen your approach to everyone, to the opposite sex or the sex of your interest, whichever way you want, and practice. Not just the one that you see your dream man or your future husband or the future father of your kids or the championship opponent. You don't do that yet. You basically get that next stage. You play throughout the season and you get good at it. You have fun with it because you don't care about the rejection or the denial. You're not trying to get the number. You're not trying to kiss that person. You're working on yourself. You're doing this for yourself. That's the half step. We'll call it 1A. 1 is everyone. 1A is the interest of sex that you have, but not just the ones you're attracted to. Anyone. The second one, this one's fun. One of my clients, and she's beautiful, smart, outgoing in her areas of expertise, but very little antisocial with other things. And I've given her, now she's taken the step 1A, and now she's at 2. And I have a call with her this week. We're going to discuss some feedback and follow up on how her experience went. Before we go in there, again, I would really appreciate your subscription. And if you want to go further on this topic or you have something else you want to talk about, go to Coaching with Undress. I'm here to help, and we can set up a meeting, set up a call, set up a session. If you leave a comment about your interest in coaching, I mentioned this in my other videos, I'm offering you a special discounted price. Mention your interest on the comments below, and I'll exchange. I reply to all the comments, no one else. I do. And I'll ask you for your email, and I'll send you a special discounted price, and we'll get to work. Let's get started. Let's break out of that comfort zone. Make it bigger. Number two is, okay, ladies, now you're talking to everyone. Now you're talking to men in all shapes and forms. You're starting to build the confidence. You miss a little. You swing a little too hard. You kick too far. Your shot wasn't. You don't care anymore, but you just love being in the game. You love being in the game. You see it now. Now we have to be a little more selective and isolate that to a specific group. And what do you all think that is? Dating apps? Nope. Restaurants and bars and nightclubs? Nope. That's a lot. That's a lot. That's a lot. Let's not rely on those. They're there, and there's nothing wrong with it. Trust me, there's nothing wrong with it, but they're there. Let's put yourself in a more selective group of something you're not only you comfortable in, but you have a desire to learn, a desire to get better at specific skills that are yours. An example, a client of mine, she loves to cook. She loves debate. She loves philosophy. She loves painting, surfing, skiing, golfing, Pilates, a variety of great activities. But she doesn't do it. She doesn't have the time. She hasn't had to make the time, she says. And I was like, well, we're going to make the time. Because before we lean into the dating apps, nightclubs, bars, and restaurants to put yourself in that championship game, which you're not ready yet for, let's get some more repetitions in first. Let's go through the playoffs first. Watch yourself grow. Watch the empowerment come in and you're realizing, wow, round after round, I think I'm ready for the championship game. So what I mean is, let's focus and prioritize where your primary goal is, hey, I'm going to go take that cooking class for a new recipe or learn a new cultural way of cooking. I'm going to go take that dancing class that I've never thought about, I've been hesitant to do. I want to become a better surfer. I actually, you know what? I just saw this new debate group and I just kind of want to, I've always been interested because ever since I had that study in college, I've always missed debate. And I was like, that's the goal. That's the focus, to get better at something or to learn something. What's complementary is maybe meeting someone of interest of love. Because now you're putting yourself in the room of the game, in the area of your environment of things you like to do. Not the typical dating app, nightclub, restaurants, bars. Not that you don't like that, but that might be a little too much or overwhelming. So put yourself in a selective, smaller group of people who have similar interests, desires as you. Because I joked about her. You're going to come out with three possible opportunities. They're all good. Guess what? Win, win, win. Number one, either you're going to meet a new best girlfriend. They have a lot of debate, a lot of interest together, cooking. Or you might meet a new gay bestie. Why not? Or you might meet someone of the opposite sex, a man that you've been looking for who has the same interest as you. You're going to come out with one of those relationships complementary to you becoming a better cook, a better dancer, a better golfer, a better skier, a better debater. That is the playoffs. Because now you're putting yourself in a room of people, smaller group of people compared to nightclubs, restaurants, and bars, where their interest is the same as yours. They're curious who they might meet, but their interest and focus is on the course, the class, the activity. Let's do that for a little while, and you'll be so surprised who you might meet. Again, it's not about win or lose. It's funny because I love this show that's coming out season 3 soon. Ted Lasso, Coach Lasso. Love that show on Apple TV. Hey, Apple, why don't you sponsor me? Ted Lasso. And he talks about this one specific scene about coaching. And he's such a motivational speaker, such a life coach. And he's talking this scene at this bar with this sports writer who's been giving him grief and been drilling him about his record and the team sucks and just what's going on. You don't even know what the sport's about. And he says, you know what? I forgot his name, but you know what, what I coach is not about wins or losses. I coach for who they are off the field. Because if they're better people off the field, it translates to them performing better on the field. The win or loss doesn't define our success. It's who they become to become better versions of who they are. So that is an example, a metaphor of maybe you're not ready to play the championship game yet, but you want to be a better person on who you are, what you're capable of doing. And there's stages, there's repetitions, there's sets, there's practices that you go through, the same formula, same example, the same metaphor as sports or fitness or studying or paychecks, to put in the work. Talk to everyone. Talk to only the opposite sex or sex interest of yours, and then a very selective group of what you like to do with maybe people who like to do the same thing with a possible love interest. Build that nice momentum for yourself and watch yourself thrive being comfortable. Not only being comfortable, but now you look back and that zone has expanded, grown. And it's only a matter of time. Because I want to help you and teach and coach and guide realistic, holistic tips that work for you forever. Not just some manipulative game or easy fix. those don't work. Those aren't sustainable. This is for who you are off the field. And then when you're ready, and you'll know you're ready, and if you don't feel like you're ready yet, you call me. Prepare for yourself off the field. Then you get yourself on the field. Championship game. Let's go. My name is Coach Andres. Thank you very much for watching this video. Let me know if you have any questions. I want to hear your story. And if you're feeling that you're dating with anxiety or antisocial, share and give me some insight. Teach me, educate me on what has worked for you or what you think about doing or what has stopped you from doing it. Because I want to learn more about this. Thank you for watching. Talk to you soon.